Welcome along to this short video in which we'll attempt to tackle the three main problems that people tell me they experience when trying to bring together information such as we see here, so a site survey drawing, with their own drawings. So I've got a very small example of an architectural plan here, so walls, doors, windows, and it could be anything you like, one of your own drawings. So firstly, what are the problems people experience? Well, the fundamental problem people have is marrying the two scales together, because we have a drawing here, and many people drawing architectural drawings of this nature will draw in millimeters, with a site survey drawing where it may be drawn in other units, and in this case very probably meters, but we'll explore that in just a moment or two. We also have the fact that in plan drawing we have a number of layers. This may be a very finely tuned layering system that people have set up and they wish to preserve that. They also wish to preserve their ability to draw in different line styles, for instance. So in here we have the Caddie line styles, which include things like batting and insulation, even down to car parking and so on. So we can see we have complex line styles as well as the dashed and dotted and continuous line styles that we would see here, where we have a much more limited palette to go from. And with our layers, of course, we have them all there relating to the things that we'll find in the survey, so the contours and the tree spreads and the buildings and so forth. So in order to illustrate how we can best deal with this, let's first see what happens when we just try a straight simple copy. So firstly, let's take the information in our plan, we'll select it there, we'll copy it to the clipboard, we'll pick ourselves a location so we can put it down very precisely, and then we'll go to our survey. We'll paste the information in and we'll think, where is our information? And then we see something flashing, so we zoom out a little bit, and there we are, and we find that our own general arrangement drawing is absolutely massive. So back in our drawing here, clearly just taking it from the one drawing into the other is not going to be a way forward. So back with our drawing here, maybe we try copying it this way. So we'll take copying it to the clipboard, selecting our origin, going to our simple plan, pasting it in, and we find that it's absolutely tiny. So clearly that's not working either. So let's explore this from the very base level. We have our drawing here, we've drawn it in millimeters, and we wish to bring in our drawing, the site survey. So we'll go to our site survey and we'll open that up. We see we have the preview there, we are bringing in a DWG, but we could equally well bring in a DXF drawing. So open up our drawing, and the first thing we see is that we are provided with some information by our Caddie system. It says the drawing has no units assigned, go to configure Modelspace Workspace to assign units. So what does this mean? Well, it means that whilst we have something that we can measure, and down at the bottom right hand corner here we see that we've got something that gives us a scale bar, so we can go to our measure tools in Caddie and we can measure from one end of the scale bar to the other, and it will tell us that it is 18. However, that's 18 CAD units, no actual connection to the units that we might wish to measure in. So how can we deal with this? Well, it said go to Modelspace Workspace. Now we can access the Modelspace Workspace settings from a right click here, go to Configure Grid, we can get it from the Configure and Modelspace Workspace, or we can simply go to the Object Properties and the additional parameters here. So we'll fire those up and it says what base units would you like to assign to this drawing? So these are stored with a drawing, so if we were to save it again, these would be stored with it. So we simply choose our base units there and OK. So now when we measure this, we can actually measure across here, and this will be 18 meters. And in fact, if we're wanting to measure in alternate units as well, we can choose to have those. So not so necessary here maybe, but if we're working with this drawing in a drawing that's drawn in millimetre base units, then we could also measure in meters. So now when we take our drawing, we can just grab however much of the drawing we wish. We can copy it to the clipboard. We can then go to our general arrangement drawing, and when we go to paste, what we'll find is that it will come in at the right size. So we can simply place that down, and then we see that we have something that measures to the right scale. And what we have is we measure across here is 25 meters or 25,000 millimeters. So that's a very easy way to bring our content in, and what we'll see for our other points is that we have the layers that we already had appended by the layers for our survey. So we've kept the order there, which makes it a lot easier and more comfortable to work with. And similarly with our line styles, we have the line styles from the drawing that we started with plus the line styles appended to the bottom of our line styles list. So everything will be in the same order, making it much more simple an operation to continue drawing as you would wish to do. So there we have a very simple way to bring things in and make drawing a much more comfortable experience to save you time. Thank you for watching.